Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mamsigus Gaming. We just had the Call of Duty Next event, and let me tell you, we got a ton of new information regarding Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone. So in this video, let's go through everything you need to know regarding Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. If you guys are excited for the beta, which is starting in less than 24 hours, make sure to see for the like button. For everything Call of Duty, make sure to subscribe, turn on notification bell, and join notification squad. Without further ado, let's get around to it. Okay, firstly, we begin with Modern Warfare 2, and then we'll move on to Warzone 2. As you guys know, one of the biggest features that is being added into Modern Warfare 2 is of course gonna be the swimming mechanics. Now yes, when it comes to Treyarch, they've always had swimming mechanics, but this is the first time ever in an Infinity Ward game. They went on to say water can be used as a stealth or escape mechanism for you to lurk in or retreat into. You can fire underwater using only sidearms and certain equipment, and you'll see your weapon's projectile is affected by the increased density, meaning you may need to lead your aim. Now all that basically means water in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is not a camping mechanic at all. No, you cannot just sit underwater and wait for players to come by and then you shoot them like nothing happened. While underwater, the damage you deal will be significantly less, your aim won't be perfect, and also the biggest thing is that you cannot use primary weapons, so you cannot just sit underwater then M4 and destroy everybody. No, you can't do that. You can only use sidearms. Next up, we move on to the new mantling and ledge hanging movements. First, they confirmed that slide and dolphin diving will both be in the game. Then they go on to say the ledge hanging, which is a natural progression from a climb to mantle. This will allow you to peek from a mantle and look around. And the best part of all is the fact that you can actually ledge hang from a helicopter. Yes, you heard that right, you can ledge hang from a helicopter. And that's not it, because you can also ledge hang and mantle out of a parachute descent as long as the building has something that you can hold on to. Now I don't know about you guys, but this is gonna be amazing. Just imagine all the clips that you can pull off by mantling and ledge hanging. Man, this is gonna be amazing. Moving on, they also talked about the new vehicle interactivity and destructibility. They say expect a variety of tactical advancements, including leaning out of a vehicle windows and shooting both for the driver and passengers, mantling onto a vehicle roof, amazing. Just imagine your friend is driving and you're on top of a vehicle shooting other players. And what I'm talking about, you can actually see some clips in the trailer that you're seeing in front of you right now. Now you can also destroy some vehicle sections, which include bumpers and doors, and they can be destroyed with an RPG or a high powered rifle. Alongside all of that, you can also blow out tires, slowing or incapacitating a vehicle, and also now you have the ability to employ multiple ground, air and water vehicles depending on the game mode and the map you are playing. We move on to the tacticals, lethals, field upgrades and perks. First of all, we will have the tactical camera field upgrade. We will also have the shock stick tactical equipment. We will also be having the drill charge lethal equipment, the DDoS field upgrade, and finally the inflatable decoy field upgrade. When it comes to perks, there is the new perk packages, which will actually allow you to take now 4 perks instead of the usual 3. They say there are 2 base perks and plus 2 more known as bonus and ultimate perks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm quite excited to see how the new perk packages actually work in game. Now we move on to what is probably the most important feature in Modern Warfare 2, and that is the new Gunsmith 2.0. Gunsmith 2.0 will have the new platform and receivers features, and yes, believe me, I know this is still confusing. I've seen it multiple times and I'm still confused. They did explain in the blog, and I'm going to try and explain it as simple as I can to make it easier for everybody. So basically, just like all the previous Call of Duty games, you have your base weapons. Now in Modern Warfare 2, they will be known as weapon platforms. You rank up, you unlock the base weapons, that is still all the same. However, the first weapon platform that you unlock will always be known by its receiver. Now all the receiver is, it's an attachment, nothing more. The receiver is just an attachment that will completely alter your weapon. Once you change the receiver attachment, it will be considered a new weapon when you're building a loadout. However, it is still the same weapon platform or the same base weapon that you unlocked. So for example, you have your first weapon platform or base weapon, which is the M4, and the M4 will have 4 additional receivers. There is the M16 receiver, the 5.56 Icarus LMG receiver, the F-TAC Recon Battle Rifle receiver, and the FSS Hurricane SMG receiver. Now even though you changed your M4 receiver into either the M16 or the 5.56 Icarus LMG or the F-TAC Recon Battle Rifle or the FSS Hurricane SMG, your base weapon or weapon platform will still remain to be the M4. However, you just change the receiver and change how the weapon will play. For example, if you change it to the FSS Hurricane SMG, your M4 now becomes an SMG. Or if you change it to the 5.56 Icarus LMG, your M4 will no longer be an assault rifle, but instead it will be an LMG, and so on and so on. And this is pretty much the whole new weapon platform and receivers feature in the Gunsmith 2.0 in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And speaking of the new Gunsmith 2.0, Farm Range has also been confirmed to be returning. Now you can actually test out all your weapon builds before heading into an actual match. Continuing to talk about the weapons, there is a new specific and universal attachments feature. Now all this feature is, once you unlock an attachment for one weapon, if there is any other weapon that uses that same attachment in the game, then you can use those attachments on the other weapons even if you have not leveled up to max level yet. So basically, if there is an attachment that is shared across multiple weapons, you just need to unlock it for one weapon and it will be automatically unlocked for all the other weapons that use the same attachment as well. So for example, I'm leveling up my M4, I've unlocked the red dot optic, and the MP7 also has the same red dot optic as the one I unlocked for the M4. Then once I unlocked it for the M4, it will also be automatically unlocked for the MP7 as well. We move on and we have more information regarding the new FJX Cinder Weapon Vault, and basically what this is, once you buy a weapon blueprint from the store and you mix and match the attachments, you will still retain the visuals of that blueprint. As you guys know, for the past 3 years, once you buy a weapon blueprint from the store, you try and change the attachments, it will ruin the visuals as well. That will no longer be the case here with the new FJX Cinder Weapon Vault. Also, it is important to note, once you have the FJX Cinder Weapon Vault for a weapon, you will automatically have all the attachments unlocked even though your weapon is only level 1. Next up, we have the new battle maps, which will be up to 32 versus 32, and all the battle maps are is simply the maps that are created for Ground War are called battle maps, and that's it. Then of course we have our usual core maps, which are the 6v6, and they say all the core 6v6 multiplayer maps are custom made, built exclusively for the 6v6 game modes. They are slightly smaller and more straightforward in design than previous multiplayer maps. Okay, that is very good to hear, not gonna lie. We move on to the new game mode called Knockout, and all it is you have to eliminate the opposing force or hold the package to win. No respawns, teammates can revive each other. Then we have our second new game mode called Prisoner Rescue, and it says leave no man behind, locate the hostages and get them out alive or defend them at all costs. No respawns, team revives are enabled. We also have a third new game mode which is called Invasion, and this one will be part of Ground War. Basically this is your normal team deathmatch, but it's gonna be cranked up to 11 and will have mixture of both real players and also AI or bots firing each other. Next up, we have probably the biggest feature added in Modern Warfare 2, and that's gonna be a new perspective, a third-person view. Yes, you heard that right, probably for the first time ever, correct me if I'm wrong, but a third-person view is coming to Modern Warfare 2, and this is gonna change how you play the game. This is gonna be very, very fun, and it will actually be available to play in the beta, which is gonna be quite awesome. Stay tuned for some awesome beta videos. Alongside all of that, there'll be a new operator exclusive to PlayStation only. Unfortunately, Xbox and PC players will not be able to get this new operator. The PlayStation exclusive operator is called Hiro Oni Watanabe. His description is Oni is a warrior and gun for hire who is descended from centuries old samurai clan. Not gonna lie, looks very, very awesome. During the next event, they also briefly mentioned Special Ops or Spec Ops. Unfortunately, couldn't tell us more. They also mentioned a new mode called Raids. Again, they didn't say much, all they said it will be available later this year after launch, of course. Raids are a whole new experience for the franchise, a 3-player co-op engagement requiring teamwork and strategic puzzle solving thinking in between bouts of intense combat. That sounds very fun if I say so myself, but when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 and multiplayer, that would do it. Now let's move on to Warzone 2. The very first thing in Warzone 2 is of course gonna be the newest map, Al Mazrah, which they said is gonna be the largest map ever in Call of Duty Warzone history. They say expect to drop into a massive metropolitan area featuring coastal towns, depots, desert, rocky peaks and subterranean spaces, industrial areas, rivers and an entire city to explore. Now as you guys know, I'm not much of a Warzone player, however it really got me excited seeing this new map Al Mazrah. I cannot wait to play Warzone 2 once it releases. Following that, they talk about how they've added over a dozen unique vehicles. To name a few, there is the UTV, light tank, heavy chopper and the rigid inflatable boat. We move on and talk about our first major change from the current Warzone to Warzone 2, and that is the shop, formerly known as the buy station. Yes, that's right, the buy stations have been significantly changed. Apart from the name change, here are the actions that you can complete at the shop. First of all, you can buy back squad mates if you're playing in duos, trios or quads. You can also buy gear which include gas masks, kill streaks, armor and more. This is the same as the current buy station. Then you have the new limited equipment, and just as the name suggests, these are equipment that once you buy they run out, that's it. No other team or player can buy them. They will be limited in number, and once they are purchased, that's it, they are gone for the entirety of that match. Alongside everything that I mentioned, and this is probably the biggest change in Warzone 2, the shop will also include buy weapon. They say prior to a match, your main preparation is focused on creating a number of custom weapons for your next match in Warzone 2. So yes, loadout drops are gone. You heard that correctly, loadout drops are no longer a thing, they are a thing in the past. They have been replaced by buy weapon. Now wait, do not fear, because buy weapon is the same exact thing as loadout drop, but now instead of buying the loadout drop and getting it from there, no, you just go to the shop, buy weapon, and boom, you have your custom loadout that you've created before the match begins. So apart from buying your loadout drop and dropping the marker and waiting for it to drop so you can get your custom loadout, nothing else has changed, everything remains the same. But like I said, instead of the loadout, you just simply go to the shop, buy weapon, and that's it, you have your custom class. Another massive change coming to Warzone 2 is gonna be the circle collapse. As you guys know, in the current Warzone, the circle collapse basically starts off as a big circle, and over time it goes to smaller and smaller circle until the final circle. However, in Warzone 2, while the circle will start as a massive one and will slowly collapse, however, at any point in the time, the circle will collapse and it will actually spread into 3 different circles. Yes, you heard that right, it's not gonna be one circle and then it goes smaller until the final circle. No, sometime during the match, the circle will collapse into 3 different circles, splitting the players into different areas of the map, until finally it reconverges into a single circle as the match gets closer to the final circle. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is gonna be quite interesting. I cannot wait to see how this one will change the game flow during matches. Next up, we have another massive change coming to Warzone 2, and this time it's gonna be in terms of the gulag. As you guys know, the current Warzone, once you get eliminated from the match, you get sent to a gulag for a 1v1, the winner gets brought back. Well, in Warzone 2 it's gonna work differently. Instead of going to the gulag for a 1v1, this time you'll go into the gulags for a 2v2. Yes, you heard that right, no longer 1v1, it's gonna be 2v2. While in the match you were enemies, in the gulag you will be partners. You have to work together to eliminate the other 2 enemies, and the winning duo team will return to the match, but this time again as enemies. So basically it's gonna be the same as the current gulag, however instead of 1v1 it's gonna be 2v2, which should be quite interesting. Another massive change in Warzone 2 is the addition of AI combatants or bots, and also strongholds. When it comes to the AI, do not worry, they won't ruin the match for you, because there are 2 ways that you can interact with them. If you engage with the AI, they will engage back, and if you do not engage with them, they won't engage with you. You can run past an AI and he won't even care about you. They also won't be actively coming out for you trying to kill you. No, it will be as simple as this. If you leave them alone, they will leave you alone, and if you decide to engage with them, they will engage back. Alongside that, if you decide you want to absolutely wreak some havoc on some AI, that's when you can go to the strongholds. You will find a lot of AI guarding the strongholds. You engage with them, kill all the AI, and you can expect some awesome rewards that will set you up for the remainder of the match. So basically, when it comes to the strongholds, it will be high risk, high reward. And finally, the worst kept secret in Call of Duty history, DMZ has been finally confirmed. Yes, you heard that right, DMZ has been finally confirmed. Now unfortunately, they didn't give us a lot more information. They said that they will share more information in the upcoming weeks and months as we get closer to launch. And finally, what is the release date of Warzone 2? Well, it is November 16th. Yes, that's right, 2 weeks after the launch of Modern Warfare 2 on October 28th, November 16th is the launch date for Warzone 2, and of course the new map Al Mazrah. To be honest with you guys, this was absolutely amazing. The COD NEXT event was amazing. We got a lot of information for Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and man oh man, it was really awesome. As you guys know, we don't have long left to go. With Call of Duty Next done and over with, next up in less than about 6-7 hours, we will be having the Modern Warfare 2 beta officially launching. As always, stay tuned to this channel because everything regarding the beta will be coming right here. And of course, as we get more information regarding Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, I will keep you guys updated on all that good stuff. But although that being said, this is everything that you guys needed to know about Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you are excited for Modern Warfare 2 beta, make sure to see for the like button. For everything Call of Duty, make sure to subscribe, turn on notification bell and join notification squad, and I'll catch you guys in the beta.